Welcome to this episode of the Million Dollar Mastermind. I'm Larry Weidel, and before we get started, if you want to know exactly how to win again and again, go to weidelonwinning.com/webinar now to watch something I've put together for you. Now let's get going into this episode of Million Dollar Mastermind. We're here talking with Aaron Singerman, and we're really having fun. I've got my son, Adam, in on the podcast today. And Aaron is the founder and owner of RedCon1, the number one sports brand in the world, over $100 million, well over $100 million revenue. Number one in the Inc. 5000 product category of sports supplements, and number 27 overall. And so we're having a ball talking with Aaron. And so, Aaron, thanks again for joining us.
Oh, of course, man. It was my pleasure, Larry. Thanks for having me, Larry. Adam, I really appreciate it.
Adam, do you want to kick us off with a question here for this segment?
Yeah, Aaron talked about earlier how he had made several contacts all over the world with stuff with the business he's done prior. But Aaron, other than that, what do you think has separated you and RedCon1 as far as how you got it to grow? Because, I mean, there were companies out there for, Optimum Nutrition, Metrics, several other that are around. And you've, in a short period of time, started your thing and blasted by all those guys as far as volume and everything else. So what would you say you did different, or what would you say that separates you from those other companies? Because it's a huge separation between where RedCon1 is and where, some of the that have been around for 20 years.
Yeah, no, you're right, Adam. And I think it's several things, right? It's not just one thing. There's a bunch of different things. I think one thing that was important is what we talked about before, having a differentiating factor. The other thing is having great products that have what they say, on the label in them, which I know sounds ridiculous because you'd assume that always, but that's not always the case. So having those efficaciously dosed products that are really, what they say they are. And then the other big things is the understanding of digital marketing, digital paid media. So we have a big team, and being the team is also extremely, that's probably the most important thing, is finding good people to put on the team, managing them well. And my job is kind of now at the level we're at now is kind of coaching those people, making sure to get the best out of each and every one of the team members, because we have so many really talented people on the team. We have over 200 employees now. And so each one of these top guys, especially, need to perform at the highest levels. And so it's my job to make sure that they do, and that we continue to find really high quality people, because that's the thing is when we started out, I spent money to make money, right? And I know that sounds also common sense to, you guys, but to new people coming up, we had the advantage of having some money. I had money from past companies. So I had the advantage of not only not making the mistakes of the past companies and scaling the successes, but I was able to, have a team of 10 people before we had a product to sell, which, most people can't do or don't have the ability to do. And then we combine that with all of the past successes, which we talked about before, Adam, all the people that I met. So I was able to call retailers that would normally not, basically, if you're a new brand, they'd be like, why do I carry your stuff? I don't know who you are. I don't know. I've never heard of you. So I called up with a track record of success and said, hey, I would like you to give my new products a chance. And people, came out of the woodwork to not only commit to the products, but a lot of them pre-ordered it and prepaid before the products even existed. So I got $500,000 of stock from our manufacturer, who gave me 60-day terms on the $500,000 in cost of goods. I was able to sell that cost of that $500,000, order more, and repay him, the manufacturer, within the 60 days. So we were in the black as a company within 60 days, and did our first $1 million month a few months down the road in July of that same year. So things kicked off very, very fast. My initial goal when I started the company, like in my head, was my old company was doing about $20 million a year in revenue. So, and I owned 35% of the old company. So I figured, 35%, that's, basically $7 million in revenue. I could do $7 million. And then all of a sudden, the first year we did significantly more than $7 million. So I had already reached my goal. And by then I had the idea that like this thing could really take off. But the truth is, Adam, I'd be lying to you if I told you a year, you know, in that very beginning, first year, that I would have foresaw that we'd be here doing this and talking to you guys. It'd be very arrogant for me to say I knew the whole time, because there's no way, you know, it's kind of taken off a life of its own. One more thing is we got great athletes. So in the very beginning, we're very lucky to find like a Dallas McCarver, who unfortunately passed away. A great guy. Having somebody like him representing the brand, where everybody's eyes were on this guy, because nobody videoed him. He was PSN before RedCon, and they never videoed him. They didn't put any pictures. They didn't use him for anything. And he was like this amazing talent. You know, he is Ronnie Coleman strong, but he was also mobile, agile. He was funny. He was much younger, obviously, at the time. He was 24 or so, you know, maybe younger, 24, I think, when we signed him. So it was just this explosive combination. Having him on the team, I mean, every video that we put of him would get 100,000 views or more, some of them, you know. So he had all the great factors, the ability to speak on camera. He was funny. He was personable. He loved the fans. He was incredibly strong, and he was mobile. Could do a jumping split in the air at 360 pounds. So very lucky to find that guy, or have him believe enough in me and in RedCon to join the team and move from Tennessee over here to Boca Raton, Florida, which is very different than where he grew up, and give it a shot.
Yeah, he was definitely, without a doubt, probably one of the biggest draws, maybe in the history of the sport at such a young. I mean, just so sad he passed away, but man, that guy was, for sure, everybody had their eye on him, no doubt.
Yeah, everybody loved him. Everybody loved him for sure. He was, you know, in the world of bodybuilding, you know, as you know, Adam, there's a lot of haters. And people don't have good things to say about anybody exclusively. Everybody has something bad to say about, or somebody has something bad to say about everybody, I should say. Whether it's me or anybody else, you'll find somebody who doesn't like me or has something bad to say. I think the one outlier that is Dallas. Dallas had literally nobody had anything bad to say about Dallas. Not his competitors, not the other people in media, not other supplement companies. He was just universally liked.
The thing out there, how do you talk about differentiating yourself? You really differentiate not because, you know, a mission statement and stuff you put up on the internet, but your performance. And so talk about how you get 200, and it's really, I just went over and I got excited because I got a package from FedEx, one of the padded envelopes. And you know how they have where you tear the strip, and the strip, it never works. And I've been frustrated with that my entire career. Well, I went over there and they finally had got it, a new strip, and I was all excited. But then I found out you can't even still open the package, because somehow they got the dumb idea that these would be reusable, and somehow you still had to tear it open. And so I was laughing about it with the guy behind the counter out here in Aspen. It's right across the street from me, the FedEx office. And the way he opened it, I thought, I got to be doing this wrong, you know, because I'm pretty strong and I can't even tear it apart after I've ripped the label off. Well, he had to get a knife and cut it open, and he works there. And so the thing is, you differentiate yourself. You know, that's FedEx being stupid. And I said, you know, somebody needs to send the FedEx design guy to the Steve Jobs School of Packaging so they can explain some things to them that they obviously do not understand. And your performance, how people use your product, they view your product, how they interact with your people, all of that is where the differentiation comes in. It's not just like you have a statement, you know, that our mission is this and we this, that, and the other. Talk about how you instill that in your people, that performance, that this is something special. This is a different kind of company, and this is a different kind of product, and that little extra ingredient, Aaron.
Well, I think it starts with the employees. It starts with the team. So one of the things that we do here that's been very important is creating a positive company culture. So the employees, if you come to the building, we have the RedCon1 headquarters here in Boca. You know, you'll walk around and you kind of feel the energy in the building. People tell me all the time when I have visitors, like, man, feels like something's going on here. And I think that's because we created such great teamwork. We do team building events once a month where we'll, do something like go paintballing, or we've done all kinds of cool stuff. Went to the beach together. We've done different like parties and stuff. So there's always something happening. We do a town hall about every 6 weeks so that every single employee gets together, eats lunch together, and then we talk about what's going on in the company. Because a lot of people, whether they're packing packages or they're in the video team on the second floor, they might not know what's going on in other departments or what are the major things we're working on. So I think that one of the main things that separates us as far as a team is that everybody feels very invested. So it's not just this is Aaron's company, this is our company. And so everybody feels a sense of pride in the company. I mean, you walk around here, I don't make them wear RedCon1 shirts. Everybody's wearing RedCon1 shirts because they want to. You go to the gym, because we own 2 gyms too, one here in Boca, but Adam has been to that one. Adam, have you been to the Tennessee one too?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's right. I remember. But so you go to the gym and everybody at the gym is wearing the RedCon shirts. So it kind of permeates the space, like everywhere that all the touch points, whether it's our customer service or the people packing the boxes, they're taking pride in the company. And because that pride is felt by the customers, and they see because we also show a lot of behind the scenes throughout the office through social media. They see what kind of place this is and how serious we take it. And they see the good things that we're doing outside of the world of sports supplements, like making a difference with the RedCon1 Foundation and doing other cool stuff. Like tomorrow is the 9/11 run at the RedCon1 gym, where we're going to raise a bunch of money for 9/11 survivors and the family of survivors, really. Family of people that deceased, that passed away during 9/11. So things like that, where the people go, wow, that's more than just selling supplements for a good price, good products. There's something else to this. And I think that is a differentiating factor, because there aren't any supplement brands out there with public gyms that they can go and train and, be part of the brand. And then there's also not a lot doing the things that are more than just selling supplements, doing good deeds.
And Adam, what I would say the takeaway for all of us that are running companies is to constantly remind ourselves that people are their most important asset. And it's the spirit, and it's beyond that. That's not even it. It's the spirit of the people that on your team. And Aaron understands that, and he puts the energy in. As a result, he has that kind of spirit on his team. He makes it happen. It's a decision. And so, Adam, you got a question or two that you want to make sure we cover with Aaron before we wrap it up? Hey, listen, there's a lot of information online, but there aren't a lot of people who've actually done something. In my case, I've actually built a successful business that's accrued over $5 billion in assets under management and has done well even during trying times. Now, if you want to know exactly how I've done this, go to whiteelementwinning.com/webinar now. I've compressed a decade of learning into 5 short weeks just for those of you who want to give yourself an incredible advantage and are tired of waiting and watching others move up.
Well, Aaron, I was going to say, what are your plans going forward? Because obviously like you said, you're never satisfied with where you're at. Do you have anything new coming? Y'all opening up any more gyms? Do you have any new things coming up that you're allowed to talk about right now?
Yeah, we always do. That's one of the ways that we continue the excitement in the brand is always having something new, next thing coming, next big exciting thing. So for the gyms, we're franchising the gyms. I'm looking to own at least another 1 or 2 potential gyms. At least one in Texas, I would think. But the franchising is a big deal. The thing that's coming out next is the RedCon1 Recovery, which is starting out in Boca. In the Boca gym, if you were there's like basically an office side of the gym when you first walk in, and we're turning that into a recovery center where we have it's all the equipment is there. So we're almost ready to open the doors, and you'll be seeing a lot of announcements. So inside there, we do esthetician stuff, where it'll do like Botox filler. We have a hyperbaric chamber. We have a cryo chamber. We have a spot cryo thing that we were working on a really unique way to use it, and facials. And we have massage therapists. We have physical therapists. We have IV therapy. We have red light therapy. We have a whole slew of other different modalities. So you're going to be able to go into the gym, train. You're going to be able to go recover at RedCon1 Recovery. And then we have RedCon1 Meals, which just recently started on the site, but will be in all the gyms and a bunch of other gyms as well. in the next week or two. And that's so you'll be able to eat too. So you'll be able to recover with all the modalities and have a good, healthy diet meal of fresh food along with it. So there's a lot of exciting stuff coming, and more ancillary businesses that attach to RedCon1, because the gym has proven, the kind of the concept of anything kind of attached to the brand now that fits will work.
And as a favor, I'd like to request that you figure out how to ship that, because I'm always looking for new places to get great meals shipped in here when I'm out in Aspen. And
we ship them, Larry. We ship them all over the country. So you can.
Okay, fantastic. Okay.
And they last 2 weeks fresh in the refrigerator, which is really unique because we suck all of the oxygen out of them. So they're totally vacuum packed. So instead of lasting 4 or 5 days, each meal will last up to more than 2 weeks, really. And then in the freezer,
that makes a big difference.
Yeah, big difference, especially Adam, when you're traveling.
Huge difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference.
Now they'll get that, Aaron, at redcon1.com or
you got
that's
it.
it. Redcon1.com. And you're on Instagram, and where all are you?
Everywhere you can find me, just my name, Aaron Singerman. AaronSingerman.com is the website, but at Aaron Singerman, and more importantly, the @ RedCon1 or RedCon1.com. That's everywhere. So
and Adam, jump in if you got another question. But Aaron, talk about one thing. Would you explain to people? Well, number one, how much fun it is to to do it big and to have new things happening and exciting people. Having something going on where you can attract, hire, and pay for incredible people, and they're working for you and they're doing incredible things for you. You get to participate on that, and then you get to go places and do things. Talk about like what your life has been of the last week or 2 weeks, or what's getting ready to come up, where you're going to be traveling, things you're going to be doing.
Yeah. It is very awesome, Larry. It's been an incredible journey, and it is amazing to walk around the office or the warehouse or the gym and see all these people that are working for me. It's very surreal, and life is very fun. Now, obviously, as you know, there's a lot of stress that goes along with this.
Right.
But I wouldn't have it any other way, and it's definitely been unique in terms of my life. I've had all kinds of cool opportunities as a result of this. The hard work has certainly paid off. Already. And I continue to do it because I do love it. So like, if you could say, Aaron, I'll give you $1 billion tomorrow, I wouldn't just be like, okay, I'm going to go sit on the beach. I would have no interest in doing that. I would just figure out something bigger and better to do the next day, start planning right away.
It's important for people to know, Aaron, and, we haven't, gone into, you started at a pretty rough moment, but I'm sure you've had some insanely painful, rough moments in your business career, and challenging and emotional, gut-wrenching type things. But people need to know you can't avoid those things, but if you'll hang tough, stay on your feet through those things, you're fine. You break through, and unbelievable stuff will open up to you. And those painful things are not they're not a crushing daily hour by hour experience. I mean, you're going to go through some bitter stuff, but it opens the door to a whole lot of great opportunities. And, you may get hit with a 10-pound sledgehammer, but what comes after that could be mind blowing, So has it been worth it for you going through those things?
Yes. Oh my gosh, for sure. And there's no way around that stuff. It's going to happen. I mean, in business, like you said, you're getting the sledgehammer in the face every once in a while, no matter how good you are, what you're doing. There's always, life is unpredictable. I mean, ultimately life is a series of ups and downs, and hopefully you weather the downs and they go quick, and then you enjoy the ups and you take them all in, because that's just how it goes for everybody. And anybody who thinks that somebody has a life without that is totally fooling themselves. There's nobody that has this life that's without problems, without stress, or without failures. It's whether it's Steve Jobs, you mentioned, guy had all kinds of stress and bad stuff in his life. So it's not, you can't look at anybody and think that. It's just a matter of dealing with the downs and moving forward, and then enjoying and the ups.
When you look at your life right now, the things one of the privileges of getting big, people need to know that big is better. Big is better, because the bigger you get, the more you can hire great people to do the things that maybe you don't like to do that much, but maybe you're not that good at doing. And you can have focus more on the things that you're good at and you enjoy doing.
Yes.
And so big is better. And, because when you're spending your time doing the things you're good at, you get that satisfaction and enjoyment out of it on a more regular basis. What gives you the greatest satisfaction and enjoyment for like you and your family, your key people? What are the things that you really look forward to doing?
Well, I think for me, the number one thing would be being around my boys. I have 3 little boys. They're definitely, and being around my wife, that's the key thing. But in terms of business, I just like to see progress. I think that what it comes down to, it's funny because in fitness, right? If you're making progress, you're happy. Even if you're 400 pounds and super overweight, but you lost 20 pounds last month, you're going to be happier than a bodybuilder who didn't gain any muscle, lost muscle, right? The person making progress is always going to be happier. The person moving backwards is going to be less happy. So for me, the key and the thing that I enjoy the most is making progress, seeing some discernible progress, whether it's, because every month I'm pushing to have a higher revenue number than the past month. So seeing progress in the business, whether it be revenue or new products coming out or new channels opening, that's progress. And that's what makes me happy.
But also being able to run your business out of Boca Raton and raise your family in Boca Raton.
It's beautiful.
Not a bad place, is it?
Not a bad place at all. There's no place I'd rather be to do those things. And I've had the good fortune of traveling all over the country and the world. And I've been to a lot of great places and some not so great places, but I can't imagine raising them anywhere else. We call it the Boca bubble because it feels like you're very safe here. As you know, it's well maintained and manicured and very different than New Orleans where I grew up.
I'm like to bring you and your wife up to Mar-a-Lago when I come back.
He just joined up there, Dad.
Yeah. You joined Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, I'm one of the newest members.
I'm a lifetime member. So
cool.
One of the oldest.
Yeah, that's very cool. I'm sure we know some of the people are so friendly there. It's amazing. I'm sure probably. Do you know Keith Frankel or Lee Lipton or something? Or like, there's a long list of the people that have been there.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've met all
But well, great. It's great to know we got that in common. So anyway, let's Adam, do you want to put a final word or final comment or question or to wrap this thing up?
Yeah, Aaron hadn't mentioned it yet, probably because he doesn't want to brag, but you talk about some of the places he goes and this and that. He forgot to mention that if as nice as Boca is, if he wants to take his family and friends anywhere, he's able to jump on his own jet now and take off. Like him and a bunch of buddies of mine just flew down to Myrtle Beach for I think 2 days and flew back. But don't have to worry about the TSA. You don't have to worry about all the nonsense. You don't have to worry about checking it. You just walk right out there, put the family and friends on the plane, land, get about your business, and come home. So that's just one more benefit to that success that he's had. And I'm sure it's, it makes it all worth it.
That's a big.
How long have you had the jet, Aaron?
About 2 years or so.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less than that. Basically enough time to avoid all the COVID flying nonsense. So
yeah, you're 2 years spoiled rotten now.
2 years. Oh no, I'll never. But before that, we always chartered and everything like that. And I was part of a program called Jet Smarter that was ridiculously. It was never going to work. But that was the first experience I had. Flying private regularly, and it's very, as you know, it's very, very difficult to go back after that, and now I never will. So
yeah. Well, this has been a lot of fun, Aaron. I'm looking forward to having you on again after you have another cycle of success under your belt, and we can pass. We can review things and pass on some of the new lessons on to our listeners. I know you've touched a lot of lives, and will, since it's on recorded, you're going to be touching lives forever on through this hour that we spent. So thanks so much. And you have a final word that you'd like to leave us with and leave the people that are listening and about winning and navigating life successfully?
Sure. I think I can echo what you said, Larry, is that You just never quit. You know, that when the way to guarantee you're not going to hit your goal is to quit. And so if you have a goal that you believe in, you truly have whether it's a product that you think is going to be successful or some goal, that the way to ensure you're not going to hit it is to quit. So that's the big thing that I always focus on. And one of the things I tell my boys all the time is that Singerman's never quit. Singerman's never give up. And that's a very, very big thing to instill in yourself, not just in your kids, but saying to yourself over and over again, knowing that you're going to be successful, even if you're not sure, pretending you're going to be successful and knowing in your brain, say it enough times, you're going to do it. You're going to make it work. You're going to be successful. Before you know it, you're going to believe it. And if you believe it and you don't quit, you're going to achieve it.
And the thing is, that's an intelligent thing to do. That's not a brainwashing fantasy thing to do. That's acknowledging that you're not going to be facing anything in life that somebody else hasn't faced successfully before. And if you hang in there and dig around and look for answers, you're probably going to find what you need to move away from that problem. And all of a sudden, you're rolling strong again. Thanks so much, Aaron. This has been so much fun. Looking forward to seeing you out at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to it too. It's going to be great.
All right. Thanks so much. If you enjoyed what you've heard and are dead serious about finding out for yourself exactly how this works in the real world, I've taken the most valuable business lessons I've learned over 40 years and put them into something for you to watch. Go to whiteelemwinning.com/webinar now in order to move up as fast as possible. I'm Larry Weidel, and I run the $1 Million Mastermind. Go, go, go.